Okay, so now we've played in our kick and our click. We're now going to put some hi-hats or tambourines in. So in the original, in the Jax Jones version, it's like a tambourine, and we can hear that tambourine part by listening to it here. That's what it sounds. It's playing 16th notes. 16th notes basically means there's 16 in a bar of 4/4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? We're now going to play those in. So if you double click below your last instrument, it brings up another one of its type. So if you were to have an audio track as the lowest track and double click, it brings in another audio track. So that's a quick way of just bringing in another software instrument. You can also move them around by clicking and dragging them up and down. So let's get rid of the clav. Let's bring in a drum kit and let's go for Motown Revisited. Whilst we're here, we're going to change our display view to custom. It basically looks a little bit more complicated, but it shows us some useful things. Let me just change this back because it shouldn't be there. It should be on 16ths, just like we are playing the tambourine 16ths. If we try and listen to this drum kit, oh, there's a tambourine sound, and it's on note F sharp 2. We know that because up here where it says in or no in, it's telling you the note you're playing, F sharp 2. Okay, so now I'm going to do my best to play this in. Now, don't judge me. The video recording software means that actually the audio is lagging behind. So when I hit the keyboard, it takes about a split second for the note to sound, which is quite off-putting. So I'm going to do my best. So we're now going to play in 16th notes. And if you can accent it by going, that would be good. If not, we can always do that afterwards. So let's play that in. Okay. So they're my 16ths. Let's go in and edit these notes. Remember, Command 4 gets us into that big view. Now, you can see that my notes do not line up with the 16th lines. So these are 16th lines. My notes are quite far out. I hope that's because of the latency. Not that I've all of a sudden forgotten how to play keyboard. So let's just select all of them. I'm going to drag them back as best as I can. I'm going to have to do a bit of manual editing, I think. Let's go with that. Let's see what we can do. Cool. There's a random note that I accidentally played in. That's what happens when you're playing the keyboard. I can just click on it and press backspace, delete it out. You'll notice that I've accented it. The darker red the colour is, the louder it is. 127. You see that velocity? That's the loudest, remember? Whereas if it gets quieter, it will go yellow, then green, then blue, then purple. I can show you that by going to the velocity slider and just gradually turning it down or gradually turning it up. So if you play something in and you realise actually you've played it in too loud, you can select the notes that are too loud and just drag them down or drag them up. Okay, so here we go. We've now got our tambourine played in. Let's turn it down a bit. Cool. With the click on. Remember, always play in things with a click. The region is too long though, so let's trim it back by grabbing on the right hand side. If you go to the top right hand side, that's your loop function. We know that already. But if you go ever so slightly down, it changes into that symbol, which means we can now trim our region back. You can either do it that way or go to your toolbox, go to the scissors, cut, and then delete. Don't forget to then get your pointer tool back again. So now you've got your tambourine. We can either cycle it or loop it like this, or we could just press, or we can do the Alt and drag, and now we've got our tambourines. So. So I sort of glossed over it earlier, but quantizing is something that puts things in time. So you'll notice that if I just play, for example, the 16th in again, over here, Like that. First of all, they're out of time because of my latency, but if I drag it back, you'll notice not all of them are in time. There are little gaps in between. Now you could decide to like drag them back, each and every one of you, but look, that could take ages. So select the notes, and because we played the 16th notes in, we're going to choose 16th notes like that, and now it snaps it to the nearest 16th note. If you don't understand the concept of 16ths and 8ths and 4ths, just choose 16th as your sort of go-to quantization, and if it doesn't work, then try either 8ths or 4ths, okay? But just choose 16ths first. Because this is like house likes to be a little bit swung. It's not straight ba-ba-ba-ba, it's ba-ba-da-ba-da. It's got a little sort of skip to it, okay? So you can make it skip by selecting the notes and then using a swing quantization. The higher the letter, the more swing it has. The lower the letter, the less swing it has. So if we go for a C in between, so this is a 16C swing. If I just solo that, because you can't hear it over that Jack Jones track, so just hit solo like that, S. Get out here. If we do it to 16F, you'll hear an even some more aggressive swing. Put up. And if you then do it to an A, it's a very subtle swing to the point where you can't even hear it. We're going to go for B, it's a subtle swing. And whilst we're there, let's just quantize this to 16B as well. Okay. So now we've got our drums. Let's get rid of that. Let's loop the main section.